Hey guys, good morning. It's time to come into the kitchen with Granna. It's kitchen talk time. Okay. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I hope everybody's getting a chance to enjoy this nice weather. The fall is coming in, the weather's nice, and just getting a chance to enjoy your life. Okay. But before we start with our conversation today, this is what I need you to do. You already know. Go ahead, right on down there at the bottom of your screen, right on down there. Go ahead and take care of your thumbs up button. Go ahead and share my video with your family and friends. And if you have not become one of Granna's followers, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become a part of my team, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this conversation for today, okay? I know by now all you guys have seen this. It's been all over the news and everything. And once again, we're talking about a situation where a young man lost his life at the hands of a police officer, okay? Out in Wolf, Texas, a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now, Jonathan Price was shot and killed by Officer Lucas. Officer Lucas, I think his name was. And it's just crazy. Let me see. Lucas. Officer Lucas, Sean Lucas, shot him. And the way the incident started, the reporter saying there was an incident at a store, at a convenience store, I think like a gas station, where there was another male and a female in a domestic violence situation. And Jonathan was there, and he was trying to deactivate the incident. You know, he was intervening in that incident and basically, you know, talking to the other male, letting him know that he was, you know, it wasn't good to put his hand on a female, on a woman and stuff. And they were saying by the time that the officers arrived at the incident, it had already been taken care of. They had already kind of calmed it down. Jonathan had already calmed this incident down, you know, by the time the officer got there. That's what I read on social media. It said that Officer Sean Lucas was responding to a call about a possible fight at this place, and that's when he made contact with Jonathan, who he later shot. And it was just saying that Officer Lucas attempted to detain Jonathan Price, who resisted in a non-threatening pose and began walking away. And that's when Officer Lucas used his taser to tase him first. And then after he tased Jonathan, he fired. He shot him, you know, hitting Jonathan. And Jonathan died later at the hospital, you know. So, of course, they doing their investigation and everything. I don't know. How does it go from them responding to a domestic violence, and when they get there, they say, you know, Mr. Price did not become violent. He was there with the male who was aggressive towards the woman, and he was intervening in the situation at the time was resolved before the enforcement officer arrived. That was according to some witness. Before the policemen even got there, Jonathan had already calmed the situation. So I don't know, you know, what led up to the point where the officer felt like he needed to tase and go beyond that and shoot Jonathan. You know, they only put so much out there on the social media, but, you know, from what I've read about this young man was very respectful. He spent a short period of time playing for the Dallas Cowboys, and he had a good relationship with several of the players. He's done different stuff for the community, and he respected, he was very respectful of the police department. He had spoken just days before, a month or so before, on police brutality and basically supporting the police and saying how he had never had an incident, and when the incidents that he's had where he felt like he should have been arrested, the police, did not detain him. They let him go. And I don't know if it was because of his status, or maybe some of them knew him from playing football or whatever the case is. But he was just telling his experience from dealing with the police. And then here it is, a month or so later, he has lost his life at the hands of a policeman. So I don't know what all led up to that shooting. They're still investigating. They have arrested Sean Lucas, and he's in jail, I think, with like $1 million bond. So he's in jail. So they have arrested him, and they're still, the attorney for the family, they're still asking for videos so they can see, because like I said, over here on the one hand, they saying that he was aggressive, but then they're also saying that he was not. He was just resisting himself being arrested, and he was doing it in a non-aggressive way, and he had turned to walk away from this policeman. So it's just another, sad situation. It's another crazy situation. I mean, this cop was apparently not properly ready or trained. He had only been out of training, been on the police force for like 6 months. So, I'm not trying to bash this cop or anything like that, but I don't know if there should have been a senior cop there with him, someone senior to handle this situation if he's never been involved in this type of situation before. I don't know if he was hot-headed, and by Jonathan resisting or walking away from him, that kind of just set him off. I don't know, and those are things that we probably would never really get the full detail on. But apparently, it's clear, and it's that this officer did not know how to handle the situation and took it way too far, because it caused him to take this young man's life, and it's just crazy, it's a crazy situation. And when you hear about these situations, of course you want to jump to the defense, or you want to be on the defense, or you want to be on the side of the victim, that because they've lost their life. And especially when the media are saying that this young man did nothing wrong, which has been the case in so many other cases. The case in Arby, Ahmaud Arby, he did nothing wrong. In the case of all of them, Breonna Taylor, she did nothing wrong. When you're looking at these incidents where these victim has done nothing, they didn't do anything, and their life is still taken, it's kind of hard to feel bad for the cop. But it's just another sad situation. We've lost another young man in the prime of his life, and seemed to have been doing the right thing and living right, trying to do the right thing. And he came, up into this situation trying to be the more positive person in this situation, and trying to contain this situation so it did not get out of control. And I basically trying to defend this woman that was in this domestic situation, and trying to talk to the young man that was involved in this situation and calm him down. And that seems like what he did, looking at the reports, that's exactly what he did. So, to go from him calming down the situation and getting the situation under control, and then the police come there and it goes to the left. I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It seems like he was just there at the time to keep this situation from escalating and possibly, saving this young lady from being bodily harm to her, and, possibly saving this man from a situation, but then he ended up being the victim of the situation. So it's just a lot. It's so much. I've been trying to read different reports on about this situation, and each report that I've read is basically saying that, Sean Lucas shot this man for no reason. In his mind, he was trying to resist arrest, or in his mind, after tasing him, that didn't do what he needed it to do, so he took it to the next level. It's just crazy. I just don't, I don't understand it. I just don't understand how these situations go. It clearly say that that Officer Luca, that Jonathan was not threatening, was not doing any gestures or being any way in a threatening manner towards these officers. He was not being threatening towards them in any way. So it seems like there should have been another way to handle this situation. I mean, after you tase somebody, that should take the person down right there. And then when he tased him, I mean, he had already walked away. I guess he had said what he had to say and he was walking away. So I don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe, like I said, before they put these young cops out there to just come out of training, they put them with a senior cops. And even some of these senior cops, it ain't gonna make a difference, because if their hatred in their heart and when they go into the situation and they're gonna be they want to make sure they're the more aggressive ones. And that's just what it is. And I've said it before, time and time again, all cops are not bad cops. I have family members that are on the police force that are officers and cops, and they come into situations every day. And I know when they're going into these situations, they have to be clear-minded and they have to be figuring out how they're going to handle these situations, because they don't know what they're walking into. But when you're seeing only what the reporters are putting out there on the news and national TV, you can't think any other way, or you can't feel any other way other than what they show you. And that's directing your actions or your feelings towards the situation. You going by what you just seeing on TV. There's a reaction to every action, and your reaction to these police officers that has been shown to take these people's life, and is looking to us that these people are innocent and they haven't done anything. It's crazy, because I'm still, all kind of worked up over the Breonna Taylor, because there is no way those cops should have got what they got. They basically got a slap on the hand. And this was definitely an innocent person. She had nothing to do with what happened to her. She had no control over them taking her life. So when you're looking at situations like that, and the same thing with Ahmaud Arbery, he had no control of what happened to him. He's out, doing his jogging and this and that. It's just so many different incidents you can look back on and come up with the conclusion that it's wrong. And there's no way that they should have get away with what they've done. They've taken a person's life for no reason, and then they want to continually question us about Black Lives Matters and all this and that. And yes, all life matters, but all lives are not being taken away. Black lives are consistently being murdered and taken away. And then you have to go through this long process of this investigation to try to see if there's going to be some type of justice. And time again, the justice system has not been on the side of the victim. And that's just a proven fact. We've seen it time and time again. Okay. My prayers and condolences to Jonathan Price's family, his mom, his sisters, and all them. And I hope that Officer Lucas get what he's supposed to get through the justice system. I hope he's punished through the justice system. Okay. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. Make sure you're wearing a mask when you're out and about. Don't listen to our president. Keep that mask on. Coronavirus is serious. And you guys just have a great day, and I'm going to check you out next time around. Okay.